Hi, it's Fab Poli here. Welcome back to another episode of Biz Jet TV, and today we're going to talk about private jet business models. Now, this is an important subject because very often when a client comes to me wanting to buy a private jet, one of the things they go on about is the operating costs and why they think it's a good idea that when they're not using the jet, because they're only going to fly maybe 25, 30 hours a month, they'd like to charter it out to somebody else. Now, I always recommend not to do that. Now, of course, if I'm managing the jet for you and you ask me to charter it out when you're not using it, I'm going to make more money. But that's not the point. The point is that if you have a private jet, which is 100% dedicated to charter, compared to one that is a corporate jet, they are two different business models. And I explain to you why. Now, if an airplane is available for charter, okay, it will only make you money when it's in the air because the charter companies charge per hour. So if the airplane is going to do 10 hours flying and it's $5,000 an hour, it's $50,000, and that's what it's going to cost. And it's a bit like the same model that the airlines work with. I mean, the reason why, for example, Ryanair is very successful is because their airplanes are basically in the air 18 hours a day. Or mostly on flights. I mean, they may be on the ground doing a turnaround, but the turnarounds are very quick. They're 25 minutes, and they spend a lot of time in the air, and the planes are flying, a lot of sectors every day, and they maintain them in the middle of the night for 6-7 hours. So they keep the airplanes in the air, and that makes them money. So it's the same if you have a private jet, and the private jet is available for charter. You need to keep it in the air all the time in order to make you money. And it's a different business model. When you look at the pilots and how many you need to employ, the maintenance and the wear and tear on the airplane, because different types of people, different people are going to be using the aircraft. You have to cost that into your model, which is why it's one type of business model. The other type of business model is I'm going to buy my own jet and I'm going to keep it available for myself 24/7. And this is where I think is the value in the private jet. The private jet, yes, will fly you from A to B, but the power of the private jet lies in the fact that it's your own airplane. You control it. You control the crew, the maintenance, where the airplane is if it's in a hangar or on an apron. And the beauty of it is it's available 24/7. So you can suddenly in the morning go in to talk to a client and think to yourself, you know what, I'm going to head to Paris this evening to have dinner with this guy and then head back home afterwards. And you can do that with your own aircraft. If you have to charter continuously, you're not always going to get the same airplane. You're not always going to have availability on what you want. You're not going to get the same crew. You're not going to get the same level of service that you'll get if you own your own aircraft. Another thing is, if you own your own aircraft and you decide to charter it out to third party when you're not using it, what happens if suddenly this morning you have to go somewhere and your plane's on a charter and it's in Tokyo and it's going to be back in 4 days' time? What's the point in having your own jet? Because now you're going to have to go out and charter. This has happened to a lot of aircraft owners. So, and again, it's a different business model. So just to recap, if the plane is available for charter, it will only make you money when it's in the air. If the airplane is a corporate jet and it's only used for your own personal use or your own company use, then it will make you money 24/7 because it's that availability, that power to be able to jump on a plane and go from A to B to C to D and make that decision now. That's where the power lies. And a lot of people in the private jet industry miss this mark. You may have been on the phone to brokers and management companies and they're all telling you this nice, lovely fairy tale that, oh, don't worry, yeah, you fly 30 hours a month, I'll charter your plane out for you 40 hours a month and it will pay for all your flying or half of your flying or a third of your flying. I'm telling you, I've been in this industry long enough and seen enough spreadsheets and managed aircraft and chartered out and done all the whole shebang, as they call it. And I'm telling you, if you are going to be buying your own jet, you don't want other people flying on it, and it's not going to make you money. It's going to create more wear and tear on the aircraft, which when it goes in for the big C checks and that, you're going to have to rip out the whole interior and put a new one in. And that landing gear is going to come back and up and down a lot more often. The pilots are going to be tired. There's a whole series of reasons why you shouldn't. Unless you just buy a plane, you say this plane is going to be 100% available for charter. I want the charter company to fly it 24/7. That's a different story. So it's very important to understand that if you are operating your aircraft for charter, that is one business model. While if you are using the aircraft just yourself, that's a different type of business model. And what you don't want to do is mix the business models because some fancy management company has told you that you're going to make money because they're telling you a fairy tale. I'm being brutally honest with you here. And yes, you know, I mean, I'd love to have a fleet of 10 airplanes I can charter out when the owners aren't using them. I'd make, you know, $1,500, $2,000 an hour, and, you know, and I don't have to go out and buy the airplane. But, you know, in reality, it wouldn't be serving you in the right way. So just remember, if you are here thinking of buying a private jet, which is why you're looking at this video, you need to buy it and operate it yourself, and don't charter it out, because you're just going to start mixing, make a big mess, and in the end it's going to cost you more money, because the plane will have more wear and tear, and also because it won't be available 24/7. So what's the purpose of buying the jet then? Just to tell your friends and family I own my own jet? No, at the end of the day, it's all about performance and flexibility and speed. And so if you own your own jet, keep it for yourself, use it yourself, don't rent it out to third party. And that's all from me. So please comment below. Any questions, please fire away, and share this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done, and have a look at my other channels as well. So I'm sure if you're in business, you'll be interested in living outside the cube, and if you fly a lot, you'll be interested to know how you can be healthier while you fly. And that's all from Fab Poli at Biz Jet TV, and I'll see you in the next one.